sir. Geeks all over the globe, God. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cuz We Geek. We encourage you to stay geek, man. Listen, all month we're going to be about this guy right here, man. Listen, the boy Rail, joining me is the man that's trying to copy off of me. That's Cuz Will. Also, too, we got the man who has been a part of a long lineage of cussing. That's Big J. And also, too, we got joining us is the man that said if Jimmy crack corn, he's going to be the only one that cares. We got BA in the building, man. Listen, appreciate y'all joining us for another episode. Y'all already know how we do this, man. Every Saturday, and Tuesday and Saturday, we get our geek on, y'all. We talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. So if you're into Marvel, Star Wars, DC, Harry Potter, Godzilla, King Kong, whatever it is, you're in the right place. Simply hit that join button, should I say that subscribe button. Join us here every Tuesday and Saturday. And also, too, everybody, please hit them likes for us, man. That'll be much appreciated. That'll help out the channel in more ways than you know. So please hit that. BJ, it's too early, man. Hit that hit the like buttons. Also, too, man, if y'all have any comments or any questions, man, go ahead and do us a favor. You add that in the comment section of any of the topics that we touch on, and we'll bring that up here at the end of the show. All right, fellas, let's get to it, man. We got a lot to get into today, man. So let's start it off like this, man, with we got some news here that I think even Big J won't be doing no cussing about, man. Check this out. Kevin Feige is focused on relaunching the X-Men franchise. He isn't expected to resign as Marvel Studios president anytime soon, which is next week. Oh, well, my bad. You right, BA, my bad. We got to talk about Fallout.
I was about to say that.
I mean, we could have kept it going, and then you could have.
We could have put that at the end.
I ain't want to interrupt the show, my God. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I was gonna say, I forgot all about it. I seen it so long ago, so slipped my mind. You know what I mean? So, no, we'll talk about that.
We did it at the end.
Oh man, yeah, we can talk about that later. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, listen, Kevin Feige, he ain't going nowhere anytime soon. I know I had 3 guys here on the panel kept telling me, texting me every day like he leaving tomorrow is what they kept telling me. I was like, you know what? I think Kevin Feige is gonna be staying. But Cuz, what you think about this, man? You believe this Kevin Feige staying, or you think he actually gonna be gone?
Nah, I believe he'll be here for a little bit longer. We don't want to drop off in our viewership as well, so I definitely believe he'll be staying for a little bit. Hopefully, whoever is his successor, that he'll put him on our show as well, just to be able to get ideas. No, but it just makes sense that the next major saga is your franchise, is your X-Men franchise, and that this is going to usher in like if the Infinity Saga did great, like this X-Men saga is next level, just because like you have a larger amount of characters that you're able to bring in. You have well-known characters with just the original X-Men as well that can grow. So this one is like being able to set up the next decade plus of your Marvel Studios. So it's definitely understandable why he will want to stay longer to make sure that this gets off the ground, gets up and running before any type of decision of him leaving. So yeah, he's going to be here for a while, being able to get this up and running, because it's not just the movie side, but it's also the animation side that you want to continue as well. And yeah, so if it just makes sense for him to stay, get this up and going. What you got, Big J?
No, I agree. I don't think Kevin's going anywhere. People were speculating before, even when they were talking about him doing a Star Wars movie, but I'm like, that's just because he likes Star Wars. It's not that he's leaving Marvel, because people don't feel, people feel, one, you can like multiple things, even in the profession. You don't have to be like, oh, I can like, yeah, shocking. Wow. I'm gonna tell you this. Look, everybody watching, you can like Star Wars and Star Trek at the same time. It ain't about a fight. Yeah, you ain't got to fight.
I did. Nah, you can.
No, you can't like Marvel and DC because that's just foolishness. But other than that,
that's crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
But no, I don't think Kevin, like the other thing people got to realize too is I think Kevin, as we've seen, Kevin's been there through how many CEO changes at Disney?
Shoot, beat this third now.
Yeah, and so I think he's gonna be the one like the cockroach. He's gonna survive after the apocalypse at Disney. Kevin might rise to the top. Shoot. But the other thing,
Kevin Feige cockroach.
no, I said the survival instinct.
Like,
You're contrasted to Terrell's favorite person.
No comment.
It's in a testimony about the Bible. You get that information when they were talking about that. What's his name? Gunn might be not as long term because he only got a 1 year deal left.
Who that?
James Gunn, because they were talking about like when the guy who I forgot the guy's name, the CEO of Netflix was talking, and they were saying how they were explaining the movie windows, and he said how Superman underperformed, so that's why it had a shorter window. Not that we got to hurry rush it off so we can go to Peacemaker, but he was saying that it was rushed off because it underperformed. And I was like, oh,
how did this get to Kevin? Only BJ.
I said no. I was comparing and contrasting. That came out about 2 days ago.
This Marvel movie that came out, but Kevin,
no,
look over here at James Gunn.
Hey, I just no, because I think James Gunn is secure. I mean, I think Kevin Feige is more secure as far as his jobs because I think that there was some stuff coming out that they said they may be switching. DC may switch back to Snyder. I think that's a Snyder Bro thing, but because he does have a relationship with Netflix, they were saying that because especially with them not being happy with what they've seen so far. As far as the actual Netflix people, I think, like I said, I think Kevin is cool. I think Kevin's he's got about 4 or 5 more failed movies before they even think about removing him. You know what I mean? He'd have to lose money on about 4 or 5 movies before because he already made him $31 billion. So he's got a little bit of cachet with the folks at Disney. You know, he prints money. And we're looking at right now, like I said, with the movies he's got coming out this year, even on the deal they got with Sony, they'll probably generate around $3 to $4 billion in revenue between the Spider-Man movie and Doomsday. And they'll probably generate like $3 to $4 billion for Marvel and Disney. So like I said, I don't think he's going anywhere. What you got, BA?
I would agree. This is his baby. This is his wheelhouse. Similar to James Gunn and Batman, we kind of already knew that he was going to kind of take over that process. This is his favorite. This is what got Kevin Feige into the business. So he's at least going to be around towards the end of that, or at least see that through. And I guess the present thing for us is that the hinting of mutants in the foreseeable future. I think that's what we need to pay attention to. If this thing's going to be mutant heavy, like that's his thing, like that's the thing that he likes to smile at the end of the day for, then where are the mutants at now, and who's going to get like power upgrades and things like that? They're going to be the ones that's going to take us into the next level. You already see Wonder Man, right? They're already making him a mutant, right? It's little things like that where you're going to see, okay, these people are going to be the people that's going to lead us until the next generation when it comes to whatever the next saga is, the mutant saga. And I think it starts now. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So when you see Doomsday and you see someone stand out that we didn't see coming, like, who's this guy? Like, this guy dominated today. It's probably going to be a mutant some kind of way. And then they're going to swing that off into the next upcoming saga. People have their favorites and they like to put their favorites in their work. It's just as simple as that, and I don't knock him for it. So, yes, I expect for him to stay at least towards the mutant saga. He'll probably cut it loose after that. So he'll probably get through the Doomsday and Secret Wars, even that's a 2-part movie. He'll get through that, and then he'll usher in the mutant saga, and then they'll probably be at a high. They'll probably be really, really good in their ratings. And he said, "That's it. I set y'all up for success." The next person do what they need to do. So I think that's what he is. He comes in on X-Men, he leaves on X-Men.
So I just think he's gonna be gone after X-Men.
I do.
You don't think so?
I think it'd be beyond.
Read my note. You'll see why he ain't leaving.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I can say, man, I wasn't one of them people believing like, oh, he gonna step down after Secret Wars and all that stuff. I listen, man, a lot of time when we get this news and stuff, man, I got to kind of pay attention to where y'all get the news from. like you were saying a minute ago, you talking about the Netflix CEO and all that stuff, BJ. You know a lot of stuff that news I got from people who don't like worship Zack Snyder and don't like James Gunn. That's why I don't listen. That's why I would tell y'all it's only certain channels and stuff. If I listen to, I would always use the example of John Campea. Me and Cub been watching John Campea since we was in diapers. And there's a reason why I watched him for that long, because he's one of the few people that when he actually reports something, if it's something that is kind of questionable, he goes and fact checks it before he starts putting it out there as actual news. Or if it ain't actual news, he'll say, hey, he'll attach it's a rumor. You know what I'm saying? So, which is why, like when we started doing this, whatever we say something on the show, we say, hey, this is not factual, this is a rumor. This is what people are talking about. You know, because nowadays we got folks who take rumors and say, oh, that's it right there. You know, like, bro, I see so many people say, oh, it's confirmed. They're starting over on Netflix and they're gonna bring back stuff. Like, no, they're not, bro.
Nah. So I threw out the Snyder's rumor, but him testifying before Congress, I mean, for the Senate, that was that's what he said. Yeah, no, he said
what he said. Yeah. But
I don't believe the Snyder part. But you know, hey.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that either. But first, I think Zack Snyder already said he's done. He's moved on or whatever. But anyway, yeah, for Kevin Feige, yeah, I believe it. I believe he's staying. Like I said, I was one of the people. Like another thing too, if a Variety or Deadline or somebody doesn't report it, like that, I don't believe it, bro. Or a reputable source from Marvel or something reports it or whatever, or Disney or whatever, I don't believe it. Like kind of like when they was reporting that Kathleen Kennedy was gonna step down. At first, it sounded like a rumor, but then it was confirmed by the Deadlines and the Varieties of the world. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, okay, so it is true that she's stepping down, and then bam, we see her stepping down. I know BA was happy with that happening because he got his boy in there now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Chase BA.
I was. That's a fact.
Just just calm down, man. Just calm down.
He was so excited he had to cut his camera off. He was like, oh.
You're not excited over there. Listen, man. But no. The thing with Kevin Feige, I think BA had already said it. He did start on X-Men. That was his first project, you know what I'm saying, in the whole comic book lore. So I think he's been waiting for this. Like as soon as they got the rights back to the X-Men, he's been waiting on this, man, which is why they kind of were waiting until, everything kind of was over in this saga. And then they're going to make it full-fledged, X-Men and mutants and all that stuff. So this is what he's been waiting for, man. So now he gets the project that, it's like he said, put him on the map. And now you're bringing him back into the MCU. And then now we got Spider-Man. Well, Sony supposedly is letting, Marvel just use every Spider-Man character now and all that. But we might be in for probably the most fierest, I know it's not a word, but leave me alone, fierest saga of all time, yo. Might be. I hope so. I just hope he does this right, man. Supposedly, I don't know if y'all heard that rumor that the new X-Men movie might be coming out, I think, in 28. There's rumors that they might be starting production here pretty soon on that. I don't know how true that is. I know they got the director already and stuff, so it could be. We start probably hear some casting news probably a little bit after Secret Wars, or I think like you were saying, BJ, you hearing rumors of there being the actual new X-Men characters or whatever going to kind of be sprinkled in Secret Wars. So either way, suppose that's the rumor right now. So we'll see how that goes. But let's see what we got next, y'all. Go ahead and get into these quick hits, fellas. All right, y'all. Mark Ruffalo reportedly returning to play the Hulk in Secret Wars. Ruffalo is not part of Avengers Doomsday. I think that's probably been stated already because he's going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, how they go. But what you got on this, Big J?
Yeah, I saw the interview with him, Halle Berry, and Chris Hemsworth, when they kind of that's where I think that came from, is the fact that he was like, oh, we got to. They were trying to count all the movies they were in, the Avengers movies, and he was like, and we got the one we're doing later this year, and Chris was like, oh yeah, and I was like, did it again.
Ruffalo strikes again. Boy.
Spoiler, bro. Yeah. Did y'all see the Halle Berry's face too when they asked everybody if she was coming back, and she was like, she kept saying she's not doing. She was like whispering, no, like what actually it said.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, no bad. Go ahead, BJ.
No, I'm just saying. So yeah, I'm sure. I mean, everybody knew he was going to be in this thing. That ain't no real secret anyway. I mean, there was no chair watch, but I think he probably is going to skip Spider-Man and probably I guess be straight in Secret Invasion because there was all kind of stuff with the what do you call it, the artwork that was not supposed to be real that leaked out. That almost all the stuff that we've seen is coming to fruition now. Where there's supposed to be that Hulk world with him and She-Hulk supposed to both be in it.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I didn't believe any of that anyway. I figured he was going to be in it. But what you got, BA?
Yeah, he might be in it, he might not. It's this one is not for him. He's just too big of a character, and it is what it is. They tend to dwarf him. They tend to minimize his stature when it comes to some of these movies. And I think they, instead of just doing that again for Doomsday, just put him in Secret Wars and let him be Hawk in a sense. So let him be the savior. Instead of in Doomsday, like they're going to lose. Like we know that this is going to happen, but we don't want to see the Hulk losing because we just, this is the Hulk. He get his ass kicked too much. This is call it what it is. Like you know what I'm saying. So we can't keep seeing this. We can't keep like subjecting ourselves to this mockery. So that's just where we're at with it. So yeah, I don't necessarily agree to that comment to the situation at hand. So let's go with that. But no, but yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got. I do believe he's gonna be in Secret Wars, and I don't want to see the Hulk. I think we all on the same accord with that. We don't need to see the Hulk get beat up. We don't want to see the Hulk get choked out by Doom or nothing like that. We don't need to see none of that stuff. We need to see the Hulk be the Hulk. And hopefully he can be that in Spider-Man and he goes back to Sakal or whatever the case, and then comes back for Secret Wars. That's all I need. And let him come back with help. Let him bring his son back. So
I thought you were saying go to Sakar to take your son back. That's what I thought you were saying.
Well, that too. But both things can be true. Let them both bounce out together, pause, and then let them come back together. We don't necessarily need to see the destruction of any Hawks if it's not She-Hulk in Doomsday. Yeah, that was a shot. That was a shot to the old girl. That was a shot. Yep,
we definitely
that was
clear shot.
Line it up. What you got, Will?
Yeah, it just makes sense, and I'm agreeing with on some of it, as BA was saying. If you're going to bring the Hulk in, let him actually be the Hulk again, not necessarily not the Professor Hulk, because with them doing Professor Hulk, it minimized his stature and what he can actually do. So if they were to bring him in to their visual films, let it be Secret Wars, because that'll be a lot more fun as well. Being able to see him get back up to strength, because all it's been doing for the past 15 years is the fact of just making him a smaller character, a side character, not actually allowing him to destroy, being able to actually fight and do what he's supposed to do. So yeah, I would rather, if this is what it takes to be able to get the Hulk that we want, the Raging Hulk, then yeah, let it be in Secret Wars, especially if it ends up giving us the Planet Hulk as well, where he can actually go wild and just smash, essentially. That's what I'm looking forward to. What you got, Real?
Yeah, like y'all said, as long as he bring back the original Hulk, man, which I'm hearing rumored that they probably are. He'll probably be the actual Hulk again by Secret Wars. We'll see. Big J said you're hearing rumors he might be the Maestro. I mean, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that over Professor Hulk. So either way. Still trying to figure out how that would happen, Big J, if he become Maestro, but either way, I'm cool with it if they do that. We would say.
No, I was gonna say I think
he
this
just changed his name, dog. Like to me, you think it's too deep into it. If he changes his whole gimmick and you see him on some type of pedestal, like how'd you get here? I'm the maestro now. Don't you dare call me as the regular Hulk. That's all you gotta do. I don't think you gotta go too hard with that. But go ahead, Big J.
It's called the multiverse, man. It could be the Hulk from another universe that makes
too,
it movie. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, with the Maestro, wasn't he supposed to be married and having babies with She-Hulk, which is all kind of weird. So
I'm Old Man Logan.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be just that iteration that they show, where they show like the little Hulk village, all of them, and like I say, they don't have to be our 616 Hulk, you know.
So why you don't want to be our 616 Hulk, BJ?
Because that'd be real creepy. That'd be real creepy if all of a sudden
let him be the maestro.
If all of a sudden that man switch up and marry his sister,
you don't want him to maestro his
Well, no, he didn't marry his sister as a maestro. That was in that was in Old Man Logan. That's two different storylines.
But I thought it was still. I thought that was version was.
The maestro came from the fact that he came from a dystopian planet where I think they had nuked the whole entire planet, and there weren't a lot of people alive. And the original maestro was Hercules, and so when Hulk woke up and he found out what was going on, he wanted to take over, and Hercules beat him up. So then he went and devised a plan to get Hercules off the throne, and it ended up killing Hercules, and he became the maestro. That's where you get that name from. And so that had nothing to do with his cousin. That was an Old Man Logan when it had the cousins and the Hulklings and all that stuff. Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah, all that chaos from the wastelands and all that stuff. But the maestro, that's a different storyline. He came from an alternate Earth where the planet actually got nuked or whatever. So, which is matter of fact, I don't know if y'all played that Avenger game on that came out.
Unfortunately,
Oh man, good point. But it had a storyline for Maestro Hulk in there. But
okay, that was that's true.
Yeah,
they did that.
But I see we got next, y'all. Check this out. Secret Wars is undergoing major production changes. I think we talked about this last week. There's a very high chance it will be released in 2 parts. What you think about this, BA? Yes, do you actually think they actually going through with the 2-parter for Secret Wars?
It only makes sense, right? Like, it's not so many movies now have 2 parts to it. Like Harry Potter had 2 parts. Hunger Games had a 2-parter. Like the epic movies have 2 parts. It is what it is. And this, I will put that in the same category. This is an epic movie. It's going to be a lot to happen after the reveal of RDJ. So it needs to be well thought out. Like I feel like they're looking at everything and said, you know what? I feel like we're rushing here, guys. we already at 3.5 hours. Like, I don't want to condense anymore. Actually, we should probably be adding to it. Let's just make it 2 movies and just call it a day. Like, I don't think this is rocket science. I think they realized where they was at, and they realized what was going on, and they say, hey, at the end of the day, we can still we can get more money. Why are we even having this conversation? Why are we talking? Just go ahead on and flip it. So I think they're saying that without saying it. I think they're trying to hit us to that. And the decision was made when they first even thought this. As soon as they had Doomsday, Secret Wars, they said Secret Wars was going to be 2 movies. I feel like that was a legit conversation, and it just kind of bringing us along the journey to not like shock us with it.
You said you thought Doomsday going to have 2 movies?
No. The other one. I think Secret Wars was going to have 2 movies from the jump. I also thought that Doomsday I think it was going to make 4 movies out these 2 joints. So the fact that they got 1 Doomsday, I was like, okay, cool. There's definitely going to be 2 Secret Wars. I think they had this from jump. I think they had this from the original standpoint, and then the fallout. It's just they're letting us know slowly, but they already know they was going to have 2 movies.
What you got?
I agree with the BA on that last part. I'm surprised as well that it's not 4 movies, but the 2-parter just makes sense because right now it's a runtime of 3:45. So if you split it up into 2 movies, that's just under 2 hours a pop. Now you can actually add about an hour and a half across it to get it about 2.5 hours each movie. So now the total runtime will be right around 5 hours. but 2.5 hour movies isn't that terrible when it's all said and done. So you go from a very long movie to just split into 2 condensed movies, and you're able to add essentially right around an hour of runtime across the board or across the entirety. So you're able to flesh out the storyline much better, a lot more information, while also prepping for the other side of Secret Wars as well. So yeah, it makes total sense that this is at the end of the saga, getting ready for the mutant saga. This needs to be a 2-parter, and it needs to be fully fleshed out. Especially since you will, for the most part, they say you end up having to do a little bit of homework to get through before watching it, but you probably won't have to do as much of it because it's going to be so much going on within it. So it just makes total sense to do it this way. What you got, Big J?
Since we didn't have the lead up to Doom, I think they should have at least split, like I said, Doomsday into 2, and then put filler movies in between there to give some more backstory, so they're not trying to jam it all into the main movies. My only concern with them, and like I said, I have a problem with them giving us more movies and more content. Though the problem I have though is if they took something that was written to be one movie and then splitting it into 2 movies, because where they're adding stuff that doesn't need to be fluff. It needs to be something that's coherent to the story, and you don't want to add an hour and a half of stuff. That's a lot to add. That's a whole movie to add to to 2 movies to not end up being padded. You know what I'm saying? Just to say, oh, we got 2 movies. So you got to be careful with that, because like I said, if you didn't have the story, then what are you doing? You going back to rewrite the movie that y'all supposed to start shooting in a few weeks? That would kind of worry me a little bit. Because aren't they supposed to start shooting the movie?
More part.
Hey, I mean, yeah. I mean, as long as Vaughn Kovac directs one of the 2 movies, I'm cool. I want to see. I need him on stage directing. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
What you got?
He did good with Wonder Man, man. You know what I'm saying? So
he said it's gonna be the last movie ever made. Is what he said.
No, listen. With the 2-parter for Secret Wars, I think we already talked about it, because I think we're constantly hearing about all this stuff that's supposed to be happening in Secret Wars. All these characters supposed to be in it. I think I said it last week when we talked about the rumors starting to come out. The fact that you need time to flesh out the, like Big J was just saying, not just necessarily fleshing, but you need time for everybody to get their time in this movie. And I think the only way you're gonna be able to do that, man, like I think like Cuz was saying, they can probably make a 5-hour movie and then just split it into 2 different movies or whatever, right? And so instead of you making now I'm gonna tell you right now, if they do decide to do that, they might release the all the Secret Wars as like one DVD set or something like that. You know what I mean? Or when it goes on Disney Plus, you got the Secret War Part 1, Secret War Part 2, or you can just watch the extended version of Secret War where it's both of them together. That'd be fire too. But the fact that, like you said, them rumors of them being a Part 2, I'm gonna trust them, Big J. I hear what you're saying about they should have split Doomsday and all that. I heard everybody's trepidation on that, bro. I'm gonna wait and see, bro. I'm gonna wait and see. Now, if we see the movie, and then like you said, it felt clunky. It didn't flow because they didn't explain things a certain way. You still kind of lost on certain parts. Then I get it. They probably should have. But I'm gonna get in a benefit of the doubt for right now. At least they're splitting 2 with Secret Wars, knowing how many characters going to be in that movie, and that way enough people get their shine in that movie if you split into 2 different movies or whatever. So yeah, I'm cool with the splitting up of Secret Wars. Now, like y'all said, they gave us Doomsday Part 1 and 2, and then Secret Wars Part 1 and 2. Just shove and take my wallet. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's way more content. So I would have definitely loved that. But if they gonna say, hey, we're gonna split one of them, and they decide to split Secret Wars up, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get in a benefit of the doubt. We do have Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers working together, so we'll see how they go for Doomsday. I'm hoping Doomsday is good, get us hyped for Secret Wars, and then of course Secret Wars Part 1 and 2. But the only thing is, I hope with Secret Wars Part 1 and 2, they don't make it a year apart, make it 6 months apart, and just keep it rolling that way. So, all right, y'all, let's see what we got up here next, man. A lot of Marvel news. Your boy Chris Hemsworth, He says he didn't he asked the Russo brothers not to make Thor serious. He says he asked the Russo brothers to keep him funny and humorous version of Thor from Thor Ragnarok. He says don't look, don't write me the old Thor, which is crazy because now this is actually what he said right here. He said he wanted Thor. Chris Hemsworth didn't want a serious Thor, which is crazy because I think he changed his tune, man, after Love and Thunder. So, but what you got on this, cuz?
Yeah, it was crazy because like before Love and Thunder wanted a little bit more serious. Got Love and Thunder. It's like, let's get back to the less serious Thor, which is pretty crazy to change it up like that. But I would have liked. Hopefully, they're able to find that middle ground where he's not the true Ragnarok Thor, and not as serious as well. Just that perfect balance. It'll be a tough needle to thread, but I think it'd be definitely worth it on the other side of it, especially just to show his growth as well for everything that they've gone through. Because it'd be pretty crazy for him to get back to Ragnarok Thor after going through Endgame and Thunder, so do want to show some type of growth and on that side of it, and still have Hercules to deal with as well, possibly in the future. So yeah, it was kind of to me kind of out of left field, essentially, for him to want to get back to the Ragnarok type of Thor. So yeah, I hope they're able to figure out that balance to keep them kind of serious. Don't have to be like a Snyderverse type of darkness or anything like that, or your true crazy Ragnarok. But hopefully they'll tighten it up a little bit more. What you got, Big J?
Yeah, that's a little weird because I remember there was a statement before after Love and Thunder came out that he said that he thought that they went a little too silly. I remember him saying that he wanted to kind of bring it back a little bit. So I would find it weird for him to be like, "Oh no, we have to leave it silly." I mean, that he would want to stay. So I thought he wanted to be balanced because I think Ragnarok was okay, but I do think the Love and Thunder went too far. So if he would go back to at least a Love and Thunder, Ragnarok, then I think he'd be okay with some jokes. Because the first Thor, everybody talk about, but when he was trying to be all Shakespearean, that was kind of weird, And so let's pull back a little bit and go to because he has to be likable. So you want to be a likable character. And then the first one was the fish out of water, and he was likable because he was funny because he was taking himself serious when nobody else was. And he was doing all the smashing the glass on the ground, But that's what made that funny. But like I said, I think him, because we know Chris Hemsworth can do comedy. So I think he just needs to find that balance. But yeah, don't make him silly. As long as he's not silly, and he didn't look like from the clip we saw, he didn't look like he was silly. He looked like he was a father.
No, he was serious for sure.
So I think we'll be okay. I think they found a balance with him. What you got, BA?
I'm gonna ask this question around the panel real quick, and then I'm gonna say what I need to say. What's your favorite version of Thor? So you got about 4 Avengers, and then the 4 Thors.
Infinity War. It was by far the best Thor. Like he had the humor, but you also had that seriousness of I need to get this weapon to get the job done.
Same. Infinity War for me.
Yeah, Infinity War.
Okay. I'm a little bit leaning towards Ragnarok for myself, but I think we all can say that Love and Thunder was too much.
Yeah.
Right. So there's, and I think the opposite end. If that's too much, then Thor 2 will be too little. Right. That was with the dark magic and the elves and all. Like that was too much on the other side. So I would agree. So I think that time period of Ragnarok and Infinity War is probably like some of the best versions of Thor, and that's what they have to focus in on. When they stripping the dude down, paws and all this other stuff that they did on Love and Thunder, it was too much. It was too zany almost and stuff like that. Like we went way left field, and we need to draw it back some because Thor is he's a serious dude at the same time too. So, and whenever Thor is involved in whatever he's doing, it's probably like earth-shattering, monumental in a sense. You don't bring Thor in for Spider-Man problems, is what I'm saying. So like he's high level. So like the I guess the tone of the movie also has something to play for too. So I mean, shit, even with Love and Thunder, it was about getting little kids and all that stuff, and he still was just too. It was just too much. It was just too much. So let's dial it back. Let's get back to him being serious and him playing on him being serious, just not him being a fool. That I think there's a fine line between the two, and I think they need to do a better job with that. So it's good that y'all say Infinity War, because that was the Russos, right? Even for me, I said Ragnarok, and that was Taika, but it was like the first version of Taika, not Taika going too far with his own writing and stuff like that, which is why he's not a part of the project anymore. So yeah, I think there's a fine line between the two, and I think he knows it. I think Chris knows it, and I think everyone else kind of feel very similar behind it.
Well, BJ.
Well, I'm gonna say to BA's point though, we keep in mind Infinity was the immediate after Ragnarok. I mean, yeah, after Ragnarok, so it was kind of the same version of Thor between those two, because it was that next logical extension of Thor. So it was after he had just lost his brother, he had just had all that. I mean, he had just lost his brother in Infinity War, but he had lost everything. He had lost his planet and all that.
Honda, all of them died.
Yeah, everybody else was dead. So he was dealing with the immediate reaction to what happened in Ragnarok, and we got him. That's what pulled him back a little bit from being super silly. But like I said, because he had just lost everything and lost his eye, and so that's why I said that's why I think that was the best version. He was heroic. Like when he did the thing when he was forging Stormbreaker, he went and took the blunt that hit from the star and all that. That was cool. And he did a lot of, like, even when he showed up on the battlefield, he showed up like a G. So it's like that was to me the best version of it. But like I said, it fed off everything that happened in Ragnarok. So they kept the lightheartedness to some extent, but like I said, it was cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we were starting to kind of get to that Ragnarok version of Thor. Like y'all said, he was real serious in the first one. Second one, he was kind of like, you saw him kind of moving towards the goofiness. They sprinkled in a couple of funny things in there. Then like I said, Thor Ragnarok was the one where it's like, okay, it had that, it was at 50-50 with the seriousness and the humor. And then like y'all said, we got to Ragnarok and it was like, whoa, okay, let's bring it back. So I didn't think of it that way, BJ, what you just said, because I was gonna credit the Russo brothers for kind of giving that balance to Thor, but that makes sense because he has lost everything, so he had to be a little bit more. It wasn't gonna make no sense. He acting like he did in Love and Thunder in Infinity War. He just lost everything. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that is part of it. But I wonder if they can still find that balance for him here in these last two Avenger movies. Like you said, we got a glimpse of him being a serious Thor in that Thor trailer for Doomsday. So that's why I'm like, I'm with you. I don't think they're ever going back to that extra super silly Thor ever again, bro. Not just because he said he didn't like it, but I think Kevin Feige and them understand, like, yo, people didn't like that. It wasn't received well. So we're gonna dial it back. Take what you did in Infinity War with Thor. He was still kind of silly in Endgame, but the balance definitely is, because maybe he had the fat suit on and all that stuff, Big Lebowski and all that.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski. But yeah, like just kind of stick with Infinity War. That's the most balanced out of all the versions of Thor. If you can bring that back, we'd be good, man. All right, y'all, check this out, man. Can we do this one? Oh, this is one we were talking about earlier, Big J. Mark Ruffalo denies he will return as the Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah. He says, "Who aren't we?" He said, "Why aren't we in the movie?" That's the one you was talking about too. Talking about I guess him and Chris Hemsworth. So he's saying, for folks who heard that, he is saying that he's gonna be in the movie. Mark Ruffalo is going to be in the movie Spider-Man Brand New Day, but he's saying he's not going to be the Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know how that's possible, but okay. BJ, what you think about that, man?
Well, yeah, because I know there's video of him in the movie on the stretcher, right? That's already leaked,
and like something like ripped on him and all that.
Yeah, And
we saw that.
And we've heard about Grey Hulk showing up in some form of Savage Hulk. So I don't know what he's talking about. I think once again, Mark Ruffalo is just really, really bad at lying and trying not to spoil stuff. And they just need to give him a script of things he can say and stuff he cannot say. And he just needs to have that piece of paper in front of him at all times with the snipers, so that he just knows what he can
Mark
do.
Ruffalo, are you in the movie? Hey, let me see, man. Notes say. No, I cannot comment on that. Looking at notes.
Boom, that's all I gotta do. Yeah, and then
what you got, BA?
Or he can do the other thing, and the other thing is just say yes to everything. Yeah, I'm in that movie. Yeah, I'm in that movie too. Oh yeah, I'm in that movie too. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm in that one too. What about
you lied to me? You said you're gonna be a Superman and Batman.
I'm in that one too. You know, the Hulk was gonna show up in that one too. I think that's the best way to work Mark Ruffalo, because sworn him to secrecy, it's just not going to work. And for him to like pick and choose when to talk about it, it's not going to work. So just say yes to everything. That way you're never caught off guard. Oh yeah. You gonna be with that Thor? Yeah. What about Scarlet Witch? Yeah, I'm gonna be in there with her. What about Black Widow? Yeah, I'm gonna be in there with her. What about Uncle Ben? I'm gonna be in there with her too. Me and Uncle Ben got 5 seasons together. Just say
I'm about to say, we got a whole movie together.
Sinners 2, I'm in it. Yeah.
I'm in it too. I'm in that too. Hulk is gonna make an appearance. Just say yes to everything. So we'll never be able to hold you to nothing. That's what you're supposed to do with Mark Ruffalo. But yeah, he's in this movie. We've been saying come on, dog. We know. But it's funny. It's just funny just listening to Mark and stuff like that. You gotta put a muzzle on Mark. So I'm with the non-muzzle action and just say yes to everything. That way you never and you can never be right or wrong. You just always yes. It's always yes. That's how I feel.
What you got, good?
That's funny. Just saying yes to everything. That will be pretty confusing with the fact of him saying that he won't be Hulk in the movie when he's been Professor Hulk. So they have to at least show him converting back to, I would think, to Banner or to that effect. So
no, he got that little thing. He got that little thing on his wrist. Remember from She-Hulk? That's how he controls it.
Forgot about that. Man, it's been forever. So yeah, I guess that will be. But what? So then, yeah, he'll be Banner helping Parker through whatever he's going through with. Well, it sucks in if it's just Banner instead of and no Hulk within it. I would definitely like to see the Hulk, because, like I said, it'll be able to destroy some stuff. But it seems like that we won't get the Hulk until Secret War, so that will be, hopefully they have time to build up the strength of, or be able to bring him back as a Savage Hulk at that point. This sucks, but this seems like this is what the sacrifice is going to do for us to be able to get the Savage Hulk again, for the original Hulk, which, like I said, it sucks. But here we are. What you got, bro?
BA, I'm surprised you didn't take your own advice, man. This man got a line. Ain't no way in the world you gonna have him in this movie being part of what's going on in this movie, and he don't turn into Hulk.
He's outside the box, my guy. It don't work for him. It work for everybody else in Hollywood. They all lies. He don't know if he lying or he not lying. He different. He different.
Bro, ain't no way. Listen, bro. I don't even know how this would be possible. Like, I think I predicted the fact that, like you said, he's Professor Hulk right now. I predicted the fact that I think he's gonna be. I think I said this before y'all joined. I think that he's gonna be Hulk. Something's gonna happen in this movie where it's like he's gonna lose control and Hulk just completely takes over and turns back into Savage Hulk. That's what I think is gonna end up happening. And I think we also heard about Mr. Negative being in this movie, and so I think something's gonna happen with that where it's gonna bring out the Savage Hulk. Like, I don't see him just being Bruce Banner in this movie. Like I said, you got the hand right here blowing up stuff and destroying stuff. You got Tombstone and all that, and whoever else is in this movie, all these bad guys, and they got tanks flying all over the place. Like, bro, I just don't see it, bro. I don't see him staying calm amongst all that stuff, bro. So, you know what? I'm not going to turn to the Hulk at all. Something's gonna happen where this dude gonna just lose control, and we're gonna get the Savage Hope back from now on. What you got, BJ?
There is a rumor.
I told you way back when we first talked about it. They're gonna bring back his partner. What's his best friend name? The guy.
Rick Jones.
They're gonna be Rick Jones. He's gonna be teaching Rick Jones. Rick Jones is gonna be assistant, and Punisher gonna line him up by mistake and shoot him, and then he gonna turn to Savage Hope, and then that's the end of the movie. We won't see no more after that.
No, you're right. It would be the end of the movie.
What you got, Jay? I cut you off.
What you got, BJ?
No, they said so. The rumor that I heard a couple weeks ago was that, one that he's supposed to be in there helping Peter get his stuff under control. Remember, Peter's power is supposed to be out of control, and at some point, Peter's supposed to attack him and Punisher and Jean Grey, and that's supposed to, I guess, trigger the Savage Hope response to stop him. And then, in order to stop him, they said that Jean Grey is supposed to use her powers to calm him down and keep him from going crazy and help Peter at the same time. That was the last rumor I heard as far as how they bring him back and how they get him involved. Oh, look at that. BA hates it because nobody died, I'm guessing. Jean Grey she could, because Jean Grey she's helped the Hulk. Remember when there was one series, I forgot what it was. I remember when the Hulk turned and then Jean Grey had to come in and calm his mind down because
she calmed his mind. Yeah. She put his hand on his head and come out and calmed him. Yeah, she ain't got to do the. I would say she ain't got to do the sun getting big.
Sun's getting real low, big fella.
The end right here, sun getting real low. Sit down, shut up. Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Hulk, bro. I don't believe it's not gonna be Hulk. I just don't see them add him in here, and he's not Hulk at all. We still don't know really who the main bad guys are. We just talked about, I think, last show. We talked about the fact that it's gonna be the Hand gonna be involved. I'm hearing so many different things. BJ, where my damn trailer at, BJ?
Well, we know you ain't gonna see it tomorrow, is what we've heard, because they said they're being cheap. Well, once again, and I get it, because I also think they're being cheap because we always look forward to having our favorite stuff show up as Super Bowl trailers because that makes us hype. But like we said, if what they said is true, and when they've leaked all them other videos, they got 1 billion views of all this stuff. Do you really need the Super Bowl? Do I need to pay y'all $6 million for 30 seconds?
No,
if I can drop it and get more eyes on it on my own stuff. So I mean, that's sense. Yeah. All I gotta do is if I
just don't like it.
I don't like it.
Makes sense. I just don't like.
I don't like it either. I like to see, because otherwise, why do I need to watch the Seahawks and the Patriots? There's no need for me to watch that foolishness. Because I don't even hate either team. I don't care nothing about them. So I'm like, I got no reason to watch that game tomorrow. So my thing is, I need something to get me motivated besides Monster.com and the Budweiser Clydesdales and all that. I need something that make me want to tune in. I need a movie, and I'm not going to tune in to watch the Toy Story 5 trailer. So we need something that's going to get me hyped.
Watch the concert.
Don't be no hater, bro. Yeah, go watch your favorite concert, BJ.
You talking about the Bad Bunny, or you talking about the one that the BA's watching, the alternative?
No, Green Day. They got Green Day. Yeah, Green Day.
Watch Chris. Watch Kid Rock.
The Kid Rock. Oh my goodness.
Watch Kid Rock one.
No, I'm not watching that one.
The coldest lyricist of all time.
And I can't understand the other one, so I won't be watching neither.
They got Green Day. They got Green Day.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't agree.
Contradiction.
But I understand. Which one?
No, he said the Green Day. We don't watch that one either. I don't blame you.
Man, you don't like Green Day?
Dang, BA, BJ got all the CDs and stuff, man, from back in the day, bro. Somebody got all the album covers.
No, I mean, but still, at least I know who Green Day is. I know some of their songs,
You know.
Yeah, I just did a point on walking contradiction, and y'all ain't catch that one, so I am familiar with Green Day as well.
I think everybody
just went over your head. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Your hair was too high; we couldn't see over it, so it was
understood. That's usually the case. Don't worry about it.
See what we got up here next, y'all. Check this out, man. Dr. Doom will reportedly be recast eventually in the MCU. So supposedly they might be recasting them after Secret Wars. I think we kind of talked about this before. But what you got on this, BA? You think they recasting him? Is he gonna be Doom for the rest of his life? What's on your mind?
I mean, Robert got like what 15 and 20 left. So we're not even saying that it's gonna be we need to recast. It just it is what it is. We need to recast. So I think that's the obvious thing here. You can go young, you can go mid. It don't matter. It could be a child at this point, and then he just sees what happens and plots his revenge because he has something like it don't really matter. It's just I don't need Robert Downey Jr. to play this role for the next 15 to 20 years. I don't need him to look like Ian McClane or whatever his name is, trying to do whatever it is he's doing in the movie. Like it's not going to sell for me. So with that being said, I like that. I don't, it's just he needs his own. He needs to be exited out of wherever we at. And like I said, like we all said, this is a youth movement at the end of the day. If you're over 40 plus, you need to rethink what we're doing here at the MCU. It's not working no more, and let alone his paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I think that's just how I feel. Like if you're hitting 50, Samuel Jackson and all them, it's time for all of them to go. It's just it is what it is. And hopefully, they do it in epic proportions of death. That's what I need to see. I need to see these people epically dying so that you could be remembered for taking that sacrifice in your last MCU role. That's what I want. That's a perfect word for me. Epic deaths.
Somebody just gotta die.
F50. AKA Ferrari F50. That's 100%.
First of all, BA, you gotta show some respect to it's Sir Ian McKellen. All right,
sure.
Put the Sir in front of his name, man. Like Sir Big King.
My goddamn sir. I don't care who he is. He could be Sir in England. This is America.
America. He sounds like one of them.
That don't fly here. I'm just saying.
This is America.
I made sirs, in America. What I gotta feel like to be a sir in America? That's all I'm saying. It just comes with it, right? It comes out of respect. Thank you, sir.
Hey, only one.
Continue, sir.
Only one sir in America. Yeah, I know who that is. He said he's gonna be the only sir in America. But now what you got? Cuz?
For the most part, I agree with BA on it. When it comes to replacing, we had talked about it before that eventually he will have to be recast because you're not going to keep him. Also, it should come into the age range of whatever you want your Fantastic Four to be as well, age-wise. Whenever you have your new group, because the only older group or the only older folks that should be like 40 plus. Will end up being Professor X and Magneto. Like them two should be the only older ones, and everybody else should be younger than them. Just for timeline and everything else, from what I would see it as. Because your X-Men is going to be much younger. Fantastic Four will more likely be younger as well. So it's going to for sure be a youth movement, and you don't want your Dr. Doom to be going in right around the same age as your Magneto and your Professor X. So I agree with BA with the youth movement going to your Mutant Saga and being much younger as well. So, timeline age-wise got to fit. Dr. Doom will be close to the age as the Fantastic Four, and then your older members will be. And when I say older members, I'm saying like late 30s, early 40-ish. When it comes to your Magneto, if you want to do it that way, or just have them in your 50s if you want it that way. But they either way should be your only older two members for the most part when it comes to your the saga that you're entering into. What you got, Big J?
Well, see, this was one of my concerns about bringing Robert Downey Jr. back and just superfluously making him Dr. Doom, because we all know the most important thing with the Fantastic Four is that connection to Doom, and Reed having a history with Doom and all that stuff. And so, because I've been hearing they're trying to say that he is from the 828 from the same world as him, but then if they
that's what I figured.
So if they reboot and they have a new Dr. Doom that has no connection to him, then what is their whole backstory? I'm just evil for the sake of being evil, and I just hate you because I hate you. You know what I'm saying? There's no. So to me, it doesn't make sense to do it that way. And I don't know how they're going to fix that to where that Doom, because like I said, if he's from another universe, okay. You know what I'm saying? I could see that. But then how does then, once again, Reed and Sue, one, trust that guy from another universe to, do whatever they're going to do and start off having him think he's a friend. But then two, what is the backstory going to now be with them and the Victor that we got a hint of when we saw the empty Latveria chair in the Fantastic Four? What is the backstory going to be? And then if they reboot to the 616 or to some new universe, the Ultimate Universe, for example, how do you get a backstory, or is it automatically just snap, everything resets, and everybody just remembers all the stuff that did happen?
Remember, I asked that before. Remember, yeah. I was like, so I said, remember I had that example with Peter Parker. It's like they're talking about resetting all those bad guys, remember? But Peter Parker knows who Hobgoblin is. So if this guy's flying around in a glider in a green suit or whatever, I already know who you are. Let me just go to Oscorp and snatch you up and take you to jail. I already know who you are already. So like that's why I was saying, like, so how are they going to do that? Is it going to be automatically everybody already like knows what's going on, or how's that going to work? Or everybody's memory going to be wiped? Like, oh dang, who is this guy flying on this glider or whatever? Like, how is that going to be moving forward? Because he's already seen these guys already. So if they reset everything, he's already gonna know who they are.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be a way to, and like I say, from a store. So I don't know if we're gonna do that in Kevin Feige We Trust thing, that they're just gonna figure out something that's gonna make sense, or like I said, because otherwise, none of what they're gonna like. Because once again, what is the point of the Fantastic Four? And then the other thing, I looked it up. Pedro Pascal is already 50.
Yeah.
So are you gonna find somebody his age? And once again, we need a formidable. Just like BA is ageist, I'm heightist when it comes to my bad guys. And I can't have no 5'9" dude in lifts trying to be Dr. Doom with a high pitched voice. You know what I'm saying? We need someone that's imposing to be the bad guy. Like we had Josh Brolin in Thanos, who was a big dude, big buff dude, in real life. But now we got a little 5'9", walking around with some Prince heels, talking about he Dr. Doom, and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? The 64-year-old man talking about I'm Doom. No, man, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? We need something to be scared of, and that ain't it. What you got, okay.
They made Bane sound intimidating. You can do the tricks with the mask to make it sound intimidating. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't had to do all day Robin's voice like that. Don't do that. Not doing Black History Month when he was the only white guy to play a black guy. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. Listen, man. I'm with y'all. It doesn't make sense. Now y'all got me wondering, are they going to recast the Fantastic Four next?
They have to.
If they go that route. So look, I know you joking about the Kevin Feige We Trust. Listen, Kevin Feige have been doing this for a while. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. But if it don't work out, we're gonna be in here talking about it. But all that you just said, BJ, I did not factor all that in. Because like you said, I'm with you. He has to be on par with Reed Richards. They went to school together and all that type of stuff. So they got to be around the same age. If you're saying Pascal's Pedro Pascal. Oh, go ahead.
Do y'all believe the leak? I seen a leak. Do y'all believe that like he was a part of the whole thing and they just kind of edited him out in like revisionist history? So like the person that like the initial flight and all that stuff, like let's say Robert or Victor, he was there. He was a part of it. But when the storytelling and all this other stuff happened, Reed purposely did not bring him up to help forget about him. In a sense, and he was like, I was there the whole time. Like I was there. Y'all the ones that edited me out of history, but I was there. Like I seen that, and I was like, that sounds funny, but I'm not buying it. But that will go with what you're saying. Like he has to have some. You can't have Victor without Reed. You can't have Reed without Victor. They go hand in hand. So I don't know.
Are they going to have this? Are they going to have their moment in this movies? Are they going to have their moment? You know what I mean?
They would have to, right?
I hope so. That's what we want to see. But it's a lot of things we want to see in the MCU that they kind of just rewritten or it never happened, right? So I don't know. I know I shouldn't have been looking at the comment section, but I know what Basco was saying. He said it only makes sense because he's too expensive. You can't be paying him, he got paid $100 million to do 2 movies. Just imagine what's gonna happen if you get paid, he gonna probably 150, 200 to do a whole complete saga or whatever. So yeah, it only makes sense you recast him, man, and do something, go younger and go, in the cheaper route as far as casting, because right now he makes the most money at it, probably all the MCU actors and stuff combined or whatever, right? So I don't know, man. For me, they should have recast it. They should have made somebody else Doom in the first place, but we already had that talk before. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting because are you gonna recast, Mr. Fantastic 2 and the rest of the Fantastic Four, or what? What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting how they do this, man. Because he did say they're gonna be rebooting and stuff and going younger and all that, and they were gonna start with Captain America and Iron Man, the 2 reboots. So we gonna see how it goes, man. We're gonna definitely see how it goes. Now he might be too old too, BJ, by the time he start. But yeah, let's see what we got next, fellas. This is interesting. The Watcher will reportedly return in Avengers Doomsday. So it might be a Watu, man. It might be the actual Watcher here in Doomsday. What you think about this, cuz?
It's interesting having them coming back, especially after what we've seen as far as the animated side. So I think it's going to be fun, though, having them come back. And it does kind of make sense as well with everything that's going on, all the different timelines. And so this is going to basically start the process of the cleanup as well. So he's going to have to be... And with the your What If series, it showed you that there's the person that's that the watcher that's watching everything can interfere. Got to the point where essentially he did interfere. So it would only make sense that within the movies themselves, that there will be a watcher, that there will be that overviewer, that overwatch of everything that's happening and trying to nudge things to happen a certain way that he wants it as well, and minimize his interference. So it's definitely understandable that they will bring him back, but it's going to be very interesting how they intertwine him within everything that's going on as well. So it's going to be fun to see what they come up with this particular setup. What you got, Big J?
I mean, it would make sense for the Watcher to show up in, like I said, some kind of event like this when the whole multiverse is collapsing on itself. And I could also see him interfering. My big thing is I would love to see a big head Jeffrey Wright show up as the Watcher in live action. So I think we need to do it. What you got?
Do you have to enlarge his head? Like it's kind of close. As close as
his head is
bottom out. Just bottom up.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Why are you taking shots at that man?
I'm not taking shots at him. Since he got lost his hair and stuff, it's really, he could just show up. That's all.
So anyway, other word, BA saying he already is a Watcher. That's what he is.
What was his name in Shaft?
Peoples.
Yeah, we need to have him. He need to do that.
Yeah, gotta take care of my peoples.
Yeah, I take care of my peoples. Why's your name Peoples? But now you got anything else, BA? You want to add to that?
Okay, yeah, this is my turn. No, I'm not necessarily. It's a part of it. It's a part of it. I don't physically need to see him like that. Like I don't need him interacting with anybody. He could just be in the sky, just like he always do, and I'm okay with that. It does say like, okay, cool. Like, how far are they going to go with this? So they're going to have someone like legitly take his power set or something like that. Like those are questions, especially from the What If series. I think that's like the latest rendition of the physical form of the Watcher in a sense. And I don't know if they're going to go that route. I don't need them to go that route for this, but if they do, I get it. But yeah, just him being in the star system is that's all I need. I don't need a physical like in presence form. Just let him. I'm okay with parts of narration. I'm okay with that too. Let him talk about. He could talk the whole goddamn thing. I don't need nobody else to talk through that. He could sub in some stuff from time to time, and I'm okay with that too. So yeah, I don't mind him being a part of it. I don't want him to be like physically a part of it. Like I don't need no one like physically taking him out. Like, I'm okay for that. I don't necessarily need that.
A couple things. That's not a bad idea. BA have him narrate Secret Wars and Doomsday, bro. That'd be fire.
That'd be fire.
That'd be fire. So maybe they add the Watcher because he might be he might take the place of the Beyonder, and then Loki finds a way to get his powers in Doomsday, which leads to Secret Wars. Because remember, we're supposed to be a Beyonder here. I know Beyonder is supposed to be like God or whatever, or a God, but you know, Watcher has kind of omnipotent power too. So it's like that might be the closest, I guess you could say, to a Beyonder. And we've seen him before already, so now like something you gotta explain. Like, man, where's Beyonder character just come out of nowhere? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I could probably see that. I watched X-Men 97 again yesterday, man. I saw that episode, the Genosha genocide episode, and they showed him up there in the sky, like looking down on it or whatever. Yeah, I could see something like that because, like you said, the multiverse is about to collapse. I could definitely see him looking over everything and seeing what's going on and stuff, man. So that would make sense if the Watcher was there, maybe interfering a little bit too because of the outcome of what's going to happen with Doom creating Battle World and all that stuff. So I could see that, man. I could definitely see that. So let's see what we got next, y'all. Our Vincent D'Onofrio says he will not return as Kingpin in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Big J, is he lying or does he think he's telling the truth, man?
Unfortunately, it's probably the truth. I mean, I'd love to see him show up, but we've already heard everybody and their grandma going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. There's going to be almost as many people as in the Avengers movie. You got Tombstone, you got the Punisher, you got the Hulk, you got supposedly Jean Grey, you got the Tarantula. There's what 7 other villains popping up. So I mean, the Hand, the Foot, everybody. So it's gonna be it's gonna be packed.
The Foot is not confirmed to show up in this movie. I just want people to understand that we're not crossing over franchises in this movie.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Y'all love that show, so I figured we might as well throw it in there.
Hey, they in New York, so that'll work.
And then where they came from, there was a spinoff of the Hand. They were like, people were like, "Oh, they got the Hand."
Spinoff of it was probably a parody of Daredevil.
Yeah,
like Splinter, Stick. Yeah,
they got the Hand. We got the Foot. So there you go.
The Foot.
What you got, BA?
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Just in the Body is also going to be in this too. We got to shout out to them.
The elbow.
When it comes to Vincent, I do believe that these people be lying. I say that multiple times. I don't think he's lying. Like I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be in it physically. I'll say that. I think he gets the reference now. Just like he referenced Spider-Man, I think he gets the references throughout. I think he gets multiple references throughout this movie. I think that's going to be the case. So I think like they're setting him up to probably be in the next Spider-Man joint, but not necessarily this one. This one's going to be chaotic in itself, which Kingpin thrives in chaos. For him, chaos is a ladder. Shout out to the Game of Thrones people out there. But when it comes to this, I think the next movie, I think that'd be great for him to kind of step in and actually be somebody within the movie itself. I don't even mind him being maybe in an end scene, like an end credit. I don't necessarily mind that as well. But I don't necessarily need him in the movie. But for him to be a part of the end credit or have multiple references to keep his name going throughout the movie, I think that makes the perfect sense in the situation. So that's all I got with that. Thank you very much.
That's Forrest Gump.
I believe
I had to get myself together. Your comment threw me off. I had to end it where I ended it at. Continue. Well, I think it's a little.
You saw me.
I saw that. I was like, I caught it towards the end. I was like, let me just wrap this up so I can stop talking. Go ahead, Will.
No, I believe him as well. Hasn't been in any other ones, and we know that Sony is opening it up. If Sony would have opened up the to allow for Marvel to bring in a lot more characters sooner than later, I think there would have been a higher chance of him being in it. But at this point, because it's already been filmed, post production, and everything is going on, I think it's at this point it's too late to be able to introduce him into it. So yeah, on this one I believe him. If he is in it, I'm gonna be highly upset at him. But it wouldn't be too much of a surprise as far as him lying to us. Like BA say, actors lie. But for this one, yeah, I do believe him. Just because of the track history of between Sony and Marvel and these movies. And yeah, that agreement of opening up the characters to them came so late into the game. So yeah, that's why I believe him. What you got, Ray?
Man, I hope he is lying, bro. So we can stick with that whole narrative that these have to be lying and stuff on these movies. But I'm with y'all. I don't think he's lying, bro. It was making me mad because I think we talked about it before. I would love to see Kingpin interact with some of these heroes that he mentioned before. Remember, he mentioned Spider-Man on Daredevil well, not Brand New Day. What was it? Daredevil Born Again. He mentioned Spider-Man. So that's why I'm like, I mean, we already know Kingpin, Spider-Man, or arch enemies there in the comics, not just Daredevil, but also Spider-Man. And I've been wanting to see that on the screen for the longest, man. So I don't know if we ever get to see that. I hope we do. I'm just hoping that we see it probably sometime here in the next, maybe a movie or two, or maybe a show. Because like you can't not cross paths with this guy if he is the mayor of New York and Spider-Man resides in New York. So it only makes sense. You can't hide that from him forever or whatever. So I don't know, man. We'll see. Hopefully, we can see that sometime here in the future. I don't know if they're gonna be fighting each other because they ain't the Kingpin from the comics, but hopefully see some type of crossover with these guys, man. That's something I've been wanting to see for the longest. But all right, y'all. Last but not least, check this out. So Gwyneth Paltrow will reportedly return as Pepper Potts in Avengers Doomsday. What you think about this one, BJ?
I mean, is she just gonna be running Stark Industries or something? Is that what we thinking?
Ain't that what she doing already?
Yeah, I mean, so that's all. I don't think she's gonna show up as Rescue necessarily, but maybe she just make a cameo as, somebody calls her as the CEO of Stark Industries. They need some Stark tech or something, maybe that. But I don't think she's gonna be showing up with the blue and the blue suit on,
I don't think
blasted stuff.
Just out the blue, you got a suit. You a hero now.
Yeah, I mean, we already did that one time when she did the girls get it done scene. So I don't think we need to have another one of those necessarily. What you got, BA?
This is what I need to see. I need to see let's
Her
say
down,
Rhodey in this situation. I need to see Rhodey say what's in the box. That's what I need Rhodey to say. I need Rhodey to say what's in the box and really, really sell that, because then that tells you what happens to Gwyneth Paltrow, and it could be because of Doom. And I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with if that happens the way that I just said. Either way, I think she's a throwaway character now. I don't think she's the same as she used to be anymore. It's just, it is what it is. Like your time has passed. Like it's just, no hard feelings. Just no one necessarily is checking for you in a sense. So that's exactly the reference. So yeah, it's just it is what it is.
It wasn't a box.
That's all. That's all. I can't, hey, maybe y'all care about this more than I do. I think that's what it is. I think you got to care about Gwyneth Paltrow, the phenomenal actress that she's not, and then we can actually see if you actually care about her moving forward. But I think some people feel that way, some people don't. I'm not a fan. Like I said, she played the part. She played it very well. I know it doesn't matter to me anymore.
Hold on. But all right, so BA, what if it started off with what we thought you was gonna do with the what's in the box, but then when they opened it up, it was Danny Rand in there? How about that?
You know what? I'm a double down. It could be Danny Rand's hand, and I'm even better with that. just a non-glowing fist with yellow residue paws in the area. I was like, that's all I need in this situation. I apologize, bro. This is my fault, bro. I truly apologize. This
Why
was
you
a
set
stand-up
that
show,
man
and
up,
I'm bringing
man?
down the character of this show. I apologize.
Now you know what I was about to say. Because y'all's hated Danny Rand, what's gonna end up happening? The next show gonna be called Danny Rand and the Defenders. He gonna be the star show of the show, man. Just for that. What you guys could?
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like what Big J was saying. It's just going to be her showing up as the CEO of Stark Industries and helping whoever needs help with the technology or information or something to that effect. It won't be anything major. I think her major roles within the MCU we're beyond that point. And then also, if she does return, this would be included in the actors be lying to us because she did say that she wouldn't return, and so if she does return, there you go.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. You're right. I don't think anybody was like, "Oh my God, when's she coming back?" So when this news right here dropped, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. She was in the movies." It would make sense too because, like I think we already talked about before, the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Doom, so that would make sense too. Like her to see him as a bad guy or whatever and destroying the multiverse or whatever. That would make a whole lot of sense too. Maybe she probably should have been in. If they're saying that he's not going to be revealed until Secret Wars, it might have been best that she popped up in Secret Wars instead of Doomsday. But we'll see. Maybe like they'll show him open up his mask and she'll see him, but we don't see his face or whatever, right? Or something like that, or whatever. Or like they'll like end the movie with her seeing his face or whatever, and then like then we're going to Secret Wars or whatever. So we'll see how that go, man. Like BA was saying, either way. I mean, I'm not really like being the table like, oh my God, I've got to get her in the movie. If you've seen the movie, cool. If not, whatever. We'll live. All right, y'all. That's the last one we had. Let's go ahead and get into these questions. Shout out to Brad Pitt. Let's go ahead and turn the page here, man, to these questions and comments. We call it a show, fellas.
You got
18 years ago, man. Listen, let's go ahead real quick, man. Let's get into Fallout, man. I know a lot of folks, folks on this show, we getting on me about this show, man. We real quick, we can give our thoughts on the last episode of Fallout. Then we're gonna give our Kaioken rating. So listen, if you have not seen Fallout yet, all right, if you have not seen Fallout, we recommend you go watch Fallout. Come back and let us know what y'all think about it, man. But until then. Spoilers. Yes, sir. BA, man, what you think about old Fallout, man? I know you was praising the Lord above out here, man. What you think about Fallout?
Now that I watched it in my own time, because you think somebody will let you know if something's coming out unexpectedly. So now that I got past that heartbreak, really,
right. Betrayal.
I tuned it in. Betrayal for the utmost. So it was entertaining. I'll say that. Let's get that out of the way. It was very entertaining. It was some unexpected scenes. Like I don't think none of us was, at least for myself. Let me speak for myself. I wasn't expecting the father to mind wipe himself. So that was definitely like a loophole for me. Just the fact that I think when I finished watching it, I felt like season 1 and season 2 are like combined. I feel like season 2 is just season 1.5, and I'll explain that. Because at the end of the season, you're starting to see the factions form. You see the NCR showed up, right? They was the ones that was helping Max out. You got the Legion coming. The Brotherhood is still around. And Dr. Mr. House is back, and he's like fully operating Las Vegas again. Like he's that guy again. So you see like this future war happening. Like things are going to get crazy in the next season, and I think it's going to hit the ground running. So we had to go through a lot of we had to go through world building. That's what it was. We had to go through a lot of world building in this season. And we talked about it every week in, week out. It was like, this wasn't the best. This, that. We had to get through that world building to get to this point now. So I wish they would have kind of did a better job at that per se. But all in all, we are where we are. And the sides have been chosen. We got Max and Lucy back together. And we're going to see what happens from then on. Like I said, even the Vault people, Norm survived. Shout out to Norm. The Canadian lady with the Kill Bill lady, like she's clearly it's a lot to her that we didn't know. So her backstory is starting to flush itself out, and you're starting to realize that she's a bigger player than what really we thought of at first. Like she's, I'm not saying that she's homeboy wife like that. You see how she cares about marriages, right? She really could care less about them. It's more of like an opportunity for her to do certain things. I think that's how she considers marriage, because she's married to Hank or whatever. So it feels like this is a good stepping stone to the next season, in which I think they already got greenlit for. So it's like it's happening. You got this incoming war, and then you have the Ghoul on a solo journey to Colorado. I mean, my man. I mean, when I'm talking about, he gets like trinkets of information. He has to continue to go on from that. That's all he gets. You know what I'm saying? He got another trinket of information. He's going to head to Colorado. So you have him going to Colorado, and whatever that is, you have this war that's happening, that's going to happen in Las Vegas. There's a lot of people that's going to die in Las Vegas. And the Enclave is just kind of circling around as the overall big bad here. And then you got super mutants that's on the back burner that's waiting to fully do their war thing towards Enclave. So it's a lot of different pieces at play here that's going to, I think, fall out, no pun intended, in the next season. It's just we had to get through this season to get to it. That's why I said this is like 1.5. This wasn't necessarily the best season. It was okay for me. I think you going to give everybody's opinion, then come back for the score. So, like I said, it was okay for me, but it could have been a lot better. They ended it on like it was cool. It wasn't oh my God, look at this ending. It was like, damn, I gotta wait till next season, huh? I see what y'all did here. That's kind of how I felt.
What you got, Cuz?
To me, it ended on a increasing trajectory, especially because to me, episode 6 was the worst episode for the season. Episode 7 was an increase, and then 8 was an increase as well. Being able to be able to send the factions being separated, the New California Republic came to help save the day. The Legion is on their way with the Khazar, and so everything is headed towards Vegas. Then you have Lucy's brother headed back to the vault after they had to deal with those mutant roaches. So you have all this happening, and that was a massive surprise when it came to Hank mind wiping himself. Especially with the fact that you have the Stacy putting in the request for phase 2 to get started. It's like if phase 2 hadn't been started, and this was all just phase 1. It's like what's going to happen within phase 2? So it's going to be a lot of craziness, but they did end it on a good note. They will want you to go into the next season, and then with the Ghoul, these small pieces of information here and there. I was nervous with them opening it. It was like, should he open it? Maybe they're in there, they're safe right now. Do you want to open it? Or is there a way to defrost the screen, the cover, to where you can see that they're in there, just to confirm it? But when they got opened up and they wasn't there, but it did get the Colorado postcard, was massive. To actually gave them just a little bit of hope that they are still alive. So just things like that. It was well written, and to prep you for the next season as well. So I think they did a really good job with this one. What you got, Big J?
Like I said, I think they did a pretty good job. I do think there was some dangling storylines, like we never saw what happened with the super mutant. They brought him up in that one episode, and then so I guess we're gonna see him in season 3. More confused on what's going on with that is with the arm drop thing. So is he gonna heal from that? Because I thought that was the whole point of that injection. He got the was it the FEV? We thought
that's what I was thinking too. Just put the arm back there and let it heal, or that's what I was thinking.
But so we don't know what he's gonna be or what he's supposed to turn into. Is he gonna grow another arm, or what's going on with him? Is he falling apart like the Fly with Jeff Goldblum back in the day? I don't know.
Oh man,
good movie.
Crazy.
But and then the surprise that Stephanie was married to Hank also kind of threw everybody off, because I didn't think that was a thing. And then the other, I guess the question that brings up was, so he was married to her. They both got frozen because the bomb dropped. Then he married the other woman, who are Lucy and Norm's actual parents. I mean, the mother. Is it the new mother, or is it? Because I mean, they got the black hair, so it could be from Hank or it could be from both of them. So we don't know. It's like I said, there's a lot of stuff to find out. The Ghoul saying he knows his family's alive. Once again, I don't know. Just because they left the vault, we don't know how long ago they left that cryostasis to go to Colorado. That could have been 100 years ago when he wrote that note and put it back in the cryo chamber. And he's just going on thing with, that means they're alive. I'm like, that means they were alive and they walked out of there, but that could have been, like I say, right after the bomb dropped. They may have been in there for a little while. We don't know. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I want to find out what phase 2 means, because if all this was just phase 1, we have no idea what phase 2 about. That's about to be wild. So, and then we finally get to see the Enclave. So it's like I said, it's setting itself up to be a little bit more interesting going into season 3, and then all the stuff going on with the Brotherhood. Getting back together, had a little Civil War thing, and we got the new California Republic. So there's a lot of players now on the board that we get to see what happens next. What you got, Real?
Yeah, I agree, man. Like you said, there's a lot of questions going into 3 that we need answering. Like I think BA kind of said, I think 2 shows ago, we talked about the Enclave being the overarching bad guys. We saw Mr. House, transferred his consciousness into the computer and all that stuff. The fact that, we still don't know. Macaulay Culkin and them was still out there. Their little fraction is still out there. So they're already preparing and everything. He's the new Caesar. Or what they call him?
Kaiser.
Yeah, the Kaiser. We talking about the palace, the Kaiser Palace is what they're gonna name their kingdom in Las Vegas. This episode was good. It was really good. It wasn't like as good to boost the whole entire season, if that makes sense. Like, I still look at the overall season the same way, even with this last episode. Like, we talked about it before. Like, when we saw Ironheart, that last episode just completely changed our thought of the whole entire season as a whole, right? This right here, like I said, it was a good episode. To me, it's probably the best episode out of all of them. It was a very good episode. It just wasn't good enough to it's lifting the whole entire season up and making you think like, oh, it just changed my whole outlook of the whole entire season. But the fact that, like you said, we got Maximus and Lucy back together. The Ghoul's going to be off on his own going to Colorado. Like I said, Hank, I did not see that happening. The fact that Hank mind wiped himself. Because I was like, I thought he was going to kill Lucy or something at one point, but he actually did love his daughter, which is crazy. To the point he's going to wipe her mind. Yeah, we didn't see the mutants.
It's crazy that he loves his daughter.
Well, I mean, like you said, he had 85 wives and stuff. I thought maybe it's one of them cases where it's like, yeah, you just here just because. You know what I'm saying?
You got 2 confirmed wives and there's 85. Y'all funny.
You know what I'm saying? You got 86 wives.
Understood.
But now, you know what though? It's crazy what y'all said too about I'm starting calling her Kill Bill now because of BA. Oh, Kill Bill chick, you know what I'm saying? Like that. They were in the vote together, alive together, and like you said, Hank had that other wife that was Lucy and her brother's mother. So I wonder how she felt that whole time. seeing it, or was it like it was like a transactional thing? Like I don't really care about him being with her. I'm just here because I'm trying to. I got my own little mission or whatever. That's probably what it was. Because she was about to marry an old boy until he said no. But yeah, man, like you said, it's a lot. The part that tripped me out was that group that left the vote with Lucy's brother, Karma, and it happened in that episode because they got what they deserve. The roaches when they're chewing their necks off, which was crazy. I'm still trying to figure out how old girl was still alive in that room when he went back in there to check on him and stuff.
Plot armor.
Yeah, I'm finna say, cause I'm like, she's nothing. She's like, I'm just out cold. I'm up. What's up? I'm ready, or whatever. Like, man, they ain't chew nothing off. You trying to tell me? But yeah, man, this show's getting crazy. And what you said too, BA, the way the show ended, we shouldn't get any slow periods in this next season. We should hit the ground running because everything is set up. We still got that Civil War for the group that Maximus was in. We still got that Civil War going. You see, Quincy did change his name to Quintus the Destroyer. I don't know how he changed the name to that. Like, bro, you was destroying folks automatically. Like you changing your name and then change the fact of who you were. But anyway, so yeah, we got that. Like I said, Macaulay Culkin in them group. You still got the NCR. The Ghoul gonna be going out looking for his family. Lucy and Maximus. I don't know what's gonna happen with them because it sounds like whatever's gonna happen is coming towards them. So I don't know how they're gonna get out of that. That's gonna be interesting. So what they need to do, man, is hopefully they already started shooting on this show, man. So to the point that we can go ahead and get the next season out next season. You know what I'm saying? So, but we can say something, BJ.
Oh no, Lucy and Maximus gonna survive on the power of love. That's what that's gonna be.
I mean, ain't that what Captain Planeteers did? Heart.
Heart.
Heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where he got it from?
The power is yours.
The power is definitely yours. All right, fellas, let's go ahead and get to these Kaioken ratings. All right, cuz, what you giving the Kaioken rating, man?
8.5. I enjoyed it. Setting up to the whole season. I thought you were saying this episode. This episode was 8.5.
Get an episode. Get an episode and then get a season. Episode then season.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, so this episode was 8.5. The season, I'll give it 7.2. 7 to 7.2. Like it was just steady for most of it. It dropped at the episode 6, but then picked back up the last 2 episodes. So yeah, I give it like a 7.2. All right, what you got, BJ?
I gave the finale an 8.25 and the overall arcing season probably a 7.25.
Not bad. What you got, man?
Like I said, it was a strong episode, so I'll get an episode like I go 8.5. Slightly rewatchable. But when it comes to the whole season at hand, like I said, if I'm thinking that it's just a continuation from the season 1, I don't like to be strung along. I'm not here for world building. You got to do a quicker job at that. It shouldn't take you half the season, if not more than that, to fully establish some things. So I think that goes to writing and whatever the case. So I think the season as a whole gets a 6.75. There we go. 6.75 for me.
Dang, okay. Episode. Yeah, I can. Like I said, listen, don't be slow in season 3. You use the whole entire season of world build. Just get right to the point or whatever in season 3. Then you could that'll make up for the whole entire series as a whole or whatever. Yeah, for me though, I'm gonna give the last episode 8.5 too. I'm gonna give the series a 7.5. Like you said, it had its moments, and I think the reason why I'm giving it really a 7, I'm gonna say 7, but I'm giving it 7.5 because of the last episode. It gave it a little boost. So because I think the last this episode and then the episode before that kind of like it headed in, like I could say it was in the upward trajectory. So I'm gonna give it 8.5 for the episode. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 for the whole entire season, man. So like I said, hopefully, man, season 3 just hit the ground running. That's all we ask you to do. You don't gotta build nothing up. We got it. right? Of course, you're gonna have a few new characters or whatever in the season or whatever, but let's get the ball rolling, man. That way you can end up like you was in season 1. You know what I mean? But all right, fellas, let's go ahead and get to the questions and comments. Then we can call it a morning. We got Pebbles and Andy with the hi. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Then we got Basco. He says, what's good, fellas? What's good, Basco? Y'all go follow him also too here on YouTube. He said they will recast because they will not be able to keep affording him. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, he getting expensive, man. Yeah, they paying him $100 million for just 2 movies. Yeah. So yeah, they will definitely have to recast him, bro, to get cheaper. He also says apparently Doom has always been there. Yeah, we're gonna see, bro. I heard people's theories and stuff online over that, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how they explain it. Like I said, I'm gonna give Feige and Russo brothers the benefit of the doubt. We'll see. Maybe they'll pull it together here, man, and give us some fire. So we'll see. He also said they messed up Rhodey in Secret Invasion. He was a Skrull and missed out so much. You know what's crazy about that? We don't know at what point. My bad. You're right. But now, we don't know at what point he was a Skrull.
Yeah,
that's the thing too. Like that just came out of left field. It's like, oh, he's having to be a Skrull. Okay, when did that happen? When they snatch him up? We don't know. So that's gonna be maybe they'll explain that here pretty soon or whatever. Because was his name on one of them chairs?
Who?
Don Cheadle.
I don't believe so.
Okay, but you think he will be in like Secret Wars and stuff though, right?
Probably.
Okay. He says Rhodey in Endgame was a Skrull. So he's saying Rhodey in the Endgame. Okay. See, but then I'm saying when did they scoop him up? Did he get scooped up before Civil War? Like people were theorizing that wasn't him that got injured in Secret War. That was actually a Skrull or whatever. Which I don't know if that's true because you know when Skrulls get injured and stuff like that, they'll revert back to a Skrull. So I don't know. Maybe.
They were saying like after Ultron.
Yeah,
that's how far go back from what I've been hearing.
Slime also said never happened.
Yeah, that's gonna be one thing Kevin Feige gonna act like it didn't happen. Now if they redo that one, bro, and make it into a movie, take my wallet, bro. Slime said, "What's up? I might have missed it, but are y'all going to do episode reviews from?"
It's at MGM. It's I haven't watched it since season 1, but season 1 was crazy good. So
yeah, I never watched it. I don't even have. You got the MGM app, cuz?
Nah, this was Captain Jack Black or Captain Black Sparrow type of situation. That's when I watched it.
Understood,
bro. Say less.
Is that a parrot on
RDJ?
Right, Amazon.
RDJ is getting $100 million for 2 movies. Did he get a pay cut? Man. Nah, he ain't got no pay cut. He got a pay increase. I think before the $100 million, didn't he make like $75 million or something like that, BJ?
No, he's making a lot. I mean, for Endgame, I think he made around $75 million here.
Yeah. So that price keep going up, man. Today's price ain't tomorrow's price, y'all. But listen, we definitely appreciate y'all geeking out with your boys, man, for another episode. Listen, if you guys are into the geek culture, into geek content, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. We do this every Tuesday evening, Saturday morning over here in the channel. So we'll be back here on Tuesday. Also, to everybody, hit them likes for us, man. That'd be much appreciated. We appreciate the people who are watching us right now. I see we're starting to get a couple more subscribers. We appreciate that. Listen, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that join, and we will be back here on Tuesday. Till then, it's your boy Rel, got Cuz Will, got Big J and BA in the building, man, because we geeks.
We'll
catch you guys later. Oh, what you got, Cuz? What you
got? Maybe he is getting a partial pay cut because it's going from 2 movies at 50 mil to 3 movies at 2 movies at 100 mil to 3 movies at 100 mil. So it drops it down to a little over 33.
33. Mm-hmm.
So that is a pay cut. But I just have to Well, yeah, that's possible. Yeah. Interesting.
RDJ, you
Thanks
could be
for
a
the math,
producer or
Gus.
something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, man, be a producer or something, bro. You cost way too much, bro. It's still a lot of money for him. But yeah, listen, with all that being said, man, it's your boys, man. We out, y'all. Stay geeks.